So 50% actually we use for to get 4 new extrusion lines. Then 30% we use for this capital funding, working capital. Then the remaining 20% is for the this listing expenses. The market size for aluminium in Malaysia is 4.7 billion ringgit Malaysia. The mounting structure itself is talking about 5%. So we are talking about 500 to 600 million. Iron, stainless steel, some of them they already changed to switch to aluminium because if for its characteristic lightweight.
It is an honor to have Winstar Capital Bhd Executive Director, Mr. Lee Yong Zhi, with us today, and welcome.
Thank you.
So since this is the first time that you with us, right, can you share with our audience what are some of the core business of your companies? Like what sort of things that you guys are producing, manufacturing, and also who are your major customers?
Okay. Winstar's this core business is for these aluminium profiles. So we manufacture aluminium profiles. So from the aluminium billets, we convert them according to the size and shapes that the customers need, then convert them into aluminium profiles. So besides that, we do have the service to cut all the aluminium profiles into the sizes and assemble them together and produce some end user products like what you normally see: aluminium ladders, aluminium window lowers, and also the solar mounting these brackets.
So how long have you guys been in the markets, by the way?
So for this manufacturing, we have more than 20 years. We are here since 2002.
So when you talk about aluminium profile, what exactly do you mean by aluminium profile?
Aluminium profile, maybe we put in a more layman what you normally can see. So for example, when you are at home, you can see all these casement window and these sliding doors. So all these are the aluminium profiles. So it is coming from different type of profiles. So they combine together, then it makes what you can see, the casement window and also sliding doors.
Or the whole products.
Yes, right. Yes.
And next question, I think, because when we talk about aluminium, right, so it seems like a very boring product, very boring industry, right? So compared to now, right, the sectors like renewable energy, data center is much more exciting. So from your perspective, right, why should investor begin to pay a closer attention to this industry, and especially to companies like Winstar?
Maybe we put it in this way. Aluminium is always there, but just normal people won't notice them. For example, in the renewable energy, so the solar panel, actually the frame of the solar panel is made by aluminium. So when you install the aluminium, these are solar panels on top of your roof. So actually they actually install with the aluminium these brackets to hold the solar panels on top of the roof. So besides that, for example, in the data center, some of the ceiling actually they are having these aluminium profiles. They also have this the guide for the hot air to the ceiling actually is also made by aluminium. So in EV cars, the frame of the battery installed on top of it is also made by aluminium. So in telecommunication, the aluminium can become the heat sink for the products itself. So actually, aluminium is always there, but most of the people don't know that it's made by aluminium.
Also means that your products is actually most of things that we see in our normal life, right, is a lot of things are made by aluminium primer. It's just that we do not notice, right?
Yes.
Right. I mean, let's talk about your IPO, right? And congrats, right? So Winstar was newly listed towards the end of 2024, right? So how much equity funding was raised at IPO, and what were the main areas of utilizations?
Okay, during our IPO end of 2024, so the equity fund that we get is 20 million, so ringgit Malaysia. So 50% actually we use for to get 4 new extrusion lines. Then 30% we use for this capital funding, working capital. Then the remaining 20% is for the these listing expenses.
So part of the IPO funds was located to build like new 4 extrusion lines in Egypt, right?
Yes.
So is the expansions progressing on track, and also any like challenges that you face or the investor should know?
Currently, we are still in the process to obtain all the relevant these approvals from the authorities. So we're still waiting for the approvals. But for in terms of the installation and commissioning, the preparation work, actually we are ready for that. So just once we get the obtain the approvals, then we can start installing and commissioning on the extrusion lines. So the first round we will come for 2 extrusion machines. Then after these 2 machines, then we'll get another 2 machines coming in.
Is there any like estimated period of time when these things can be done?
For us, we targeted the machine can be run in the Q1 2026.
2026, which you it's recent, right?
Yes.
Recent, right? So I think the next questions investor will be very interested. So Winstar is expanding its manufacturing capacity from 6,700 tons to about 15,000 tons per annum. So what level of demand growth has the group forecasted that justifies more than doubling the capacity?
Okay, according to the independent market researcher, the growth for aluminium industry in Malaysia is talking about 8% per annum. So by the end of 2028, the market size for aluminium in Malaysia is 4.7 billion ringgit Malaysia. So for us, we are talking only have 3 to 4% market share in the whole industry itself. So we have a lot of room to improve. Besides that, government just we announced that the LSS5 and LSS5 Plus. So the EPCC contract is about 10 to 12 billion. In terms of the mounting structure itself, it's talking about 5%. So we are talking about 500 to 600 million market itself for this mounting structure. This is only for LSS 5 and 5 Plus, not including all these CNI projects, the household projects. So we can foresee that in the future, aluminium will be have a very good growth. And also some other materials, for example, the wood, iron, stainless steel, some of them they already changed to switch to aluminium because if for its characteristic lightweight, not so easy these oxidize.
So just now you mentioned that Malaysian governments, right? We have a lot of projects, especially on the LSS5 and 5 Plus, right? So that's the local one. What about Winstar see any opportunity to export solar mounting system or your products to neighboring countries which undergoing maybe similar renewable energy transitions?
Definitely, yes. Actually, we can supply to overseas because now the whole market is talking about what we call is China plus one. So all the customers are looking for the alternative supplier other than China. So that's why this creates a very good opportunity for the manufacturer in Malaysia. So we are one of them, and we think that actually we keep on receiving the inquiries, but due to the capacity, this full swing, so we cannot continue to discuss with the customer on this.
But you guys are actively exploring to that as well now.
Yes.
So cool. So next thing, what new? I mean, just now we talked about China plus one, right? So what new opportunities can Winstar capitalize on during the rebalancing of global supply chains, especially with the aluminium extrusions industries?
In the 1st December 2024, the China government had cancelled the this tax rebate for the China manufacturer to export the aluminium to other countries. So this already removed. So which means Malaysian manufacturer and the China manufacturer are at the same level point now. So, which means local customers previously they might be purchased from the China manufacturer, and now they switch back to buy from Malaysia manufacturer. Other than that, the overseas customer, as I mentioned just now, the China Plus One, they are also looking for throughout the Malaysia, Asia to have this aluminium manufacturer to supply all these material to them.
So because of China becoming like less price competitive, right? So how does Winstar plan to differentiate itself from others Malaysians aluminium players by tapping into the same opportunities?
Okay, we put into two different type of manufacturers. One will be the big boys, the big players. For these big players, normally they will quite focus on certain big clients for them. So maybe they have 20 or 30 customers. So every project is a huge projects, a huge amount. For us, we will more targeting on the medium and small customers. So for us, we feel that we can supply aluminium extrusions profiles to them. Then also we can supply all the building materials to them as well. So throughout these deliveries, so we have a very consistent profit margin. As you can go through our annual report, actually our this profit margin is quite consistent.
So you mentioned that the big guy and also you guys serving on the small to medium size, right? So why those big companies, right? They do not want to serve the mid size or the smaller size like you guys. Is there any specific reasons?
Because of the skill. So, for example, when you have this concentrate on the big players, big customers. So one delivery maybe is a huge container of aluminium profiles to them. So, but for us, maybe only 10 pieces, 20 pieces. So we deliver because we all the customers we are during our logistic is very nearby. So when we have a large base of customer, about more than 5,000 customers. So during their delivery, we can one shot deliver all together. So that's why it makes us more effective
So
in
you
the
have
delivery.
the logistic advantage pretty much compared
Yes.
to And who is your major customer? Because you say that you have some small and medium, right? Do you can you like explain a bit more specifics like what industry, what do they do?
Our more focus is will be currently
Mhm.
the market segment will be the largest will be still in construction, but we do have this industrial and also the this solar. So these are the
For
segments
solar
that
as well.
yeah.
I read some of your report as well, right? So Winstar recent reports highlights risk from a potential global slowdown and also rising competition from substitute materials like steel, composites, and also plastic. So does management view this as a long-term structural trends or just a temporarily cyclical kind of issues?
For us, we cannot actually take out all the risks. We need to let the investor. We must be responsible for the investor. So that's why we put in the risk. But the current situation is not shifting from aluminium to other materials, but it's coming another side, another way. So from the this copper, the this wood, they switch to aluminium. So which means actually aluminium now is having a advantage that the market share is getting larger now.
Just now you mentioned that there are a lot of products are using aluminium, and just like you also mentioned that some of the products are switching back to, I mean, not switching back, but switch to aluminium, right? So, is there any specific reason why aluminium is growing now?
For example, let's say we talk something that is maybe the more layman. Previously, for example, we do a gate in front of our house. Some of them they like the wooden gate at the
Yeah.
middle, then with the stainless steel. So actually, they are actually replacing by using the aluminium hollow, and they can coated with the skin, the outlook like a wood. For example, now the kitchen cabinet or the
Yes.
bathroom, the cabinet, they are replacing the wood. Actually, they are switching from wood to aluminium now.
Because aluminium, you can do more thing with it. You can do decoration. You can do the coating.
Yes.
What about price point, right?
In terms of price point, it will be slightly higher, but in terms of the lasting wise, so in the economic of scale, it will still worth it to switch to aluminium.
So does this also means that consumer nowadays, they are also looking for something that is much more long lasting, but they do not mind to pay a little bit more
Yes.
just because they can last a bit longer, right?
Yes.
That's a pretty interesting one. So the next question will be a bit more on the policy impact, right? So with China eliminating export tax rebates for aluminium and copper from 1 December 2024, so how do you expect this policy to impact the global aluminium pricing? And also, where does Winstar see itself able to benefit from this?
After eliminating the tax rebate, so you can see that a lot of these local customers actually they switch back to local manufacturer. Then also the overseas customer, they are looking for outside of China because previously when they export, they have this 13% rebate. So when in terms of the manufacturing cost, let's say we say it's the same, so they can sell at loss because they can earn back the 13% tax rebate. So as you can see in the manufacturing this point of view, in terms of the this cost from China and also cost in Malaysia is very we will talk about the salary of the workers.
Mhm.
So in China it's much more higher now. In terms of the rental or the property price in China is much more high, way higher than what we have in Malaysia. In terms of the utility bills, actually they are even more higher. So which means that if the in terms of aluminium processing, we are talking about commodity.
Mhm.
So from the commodity, we add in all the costing, so we can roughly know that actually in China they will slightly higher compared to Malaysian manufacturers, and also in terms of the shipping costs and also the shipping timeline, and sometimes they have some geopolitical issue, typhoon, then it will create a delay on the shipment as well.
So the next thing will be like Winstar is conducting another round of equity fundraising, correct? So why is the company required to issue the 12.5% of new shares to Bumi investor? Is this related to like upgrading to the main market?
Because in the end of December 2024, we already achieved the main market listing requirement. So which have the profit more than 20 million in the 5 years. So actually, we are obliged to issue this 12.5% Bumi equity for to meet the requirement.
So you guys are planning to go for the main markets, right?
But yes, but in terms of the main market listing transfer, actually they still have different criteria to meet. So this is one of them.
Okay. So a lot more work to do, pretty
Yes.
much. So once the new shares are issued, right, how many shares will the company have in total? And how will management manage to justify the impact of the EPS dilutions to existing shareholders?
Okay, so currently we are having 290 million units of share. So when we have this 12.5, we will add another 41 million shares. So from 290, it will increase to 331 million shares. So it's a dilution of 12.5%. But we think that this is manageable.
Mhm.
Why we say so? Because in terms of the first half of 2025, we are having an increase in profit from 3.7 to around 6 million.
Mhm.
So we should hike around 60%.
Mhm.
If let's say we talking about in the end of this year, we are targeting for 30% growth. Why we set 30%? Because in terms of our past record, actually we are having a CAGR 30% growth in the previous years. So we set a 30% growth. If let's say we can maintain the 5% profit margin, then which means we have 30% growth. So for the 12.5%, we can manage it from.
So for the growth, right? What is some of the trends, or the things that's going on in the markets now, right? That will make aluminium or Winstar to have such a great growth.
So just now we already mentioned a few items.
Mhm.
One, some other material switch to
Yes.
aluminium. Some customers previously purchased from China because due to the tax rebate removal,
Mhm.
then they switch back to Malaysia. Then also the demand from some overseas client looking for China plus one. Then they come to Malaysia. So that's why the size of the cake become bigger.
Just because of China, they
Yeah.
are less competitive in terms of the price. Is it and anything else in terms of like the Malaysia's, what sort of things that we are going on that will cause aluminium suddenly have a growth on this?
In term, for example, in term of this LSS5, they start to have some orders to actually in the next 2 to 3 years. I think the mounting structure will be a huge market. So currently, most of the these mounting structures for these solar panel, they are purchased from China. So which means there are huge growth markets. The market is there.
So for in terms of like the size, right? So how do you see Winstar in terms of your capacity, to provide all of these products to the solar or whatever changes that's going on?
Uh, so there's a reason our capacity is full. Now we need 4 more new machines coming in, so to increase the capacity so that we can provide and service more of our customers. Some of our customers they also have organic growth. Then we need to support on the maybe the in the future the these solar mounting structures orders. Then we also need to fulfill a certain for example other industries that we might be looking into.
And because my next question will be what's the strategic rationale to directing 100% towards raw materials, right? I appreciate that you have answered that pretty well because of the demand is really that huge,
Yes.
right? So you guys, yeah. And what about the capex, automations, and the labor itself? Because the growth is that much, right? So for your industry, is it hard to employ people to work together with you guys, for the growth?
For us, why we come in this for just now the 4 machines, we are coming in the more semi-auto machines. So more productivity that these new machines can do, but with lesser manpower is needed. So and also we train our workers, existing workers, so to handle more efficient job. So that's why, in terms of the manpower, we think this should not be a big issue
Big
for us.
issues. Right, cool. So the next thing, assuming that Winstar successfully raises like 23 million by the end of December 2025, right? So how will this exercise impact the group's gearing ratio, net asset per share, and also overall shareholding structure?
Okay, based on the 2024 year end of 2024, so the this gearing ratio, which we can after we get the fund in, the gearing ratio will from 1.06 to 0.86. So in terms of the earning per share, so from 34 cent will increase to 37 cent. In terms of the shareholding structure, so based on the previous before the dilution, so our founder, Mr. Chua, and Vincent, our CEO, then our CMO, Mr. Jason Koo, and also myself. Four of us previously have a 50%, 50. Now after the this Bumi for this dilution of 12.5%, then we will reduce to 44%. So another our pre-IPO investor, Sunview Berhad, they are having 24%. They will reduce to 22%.
So what are some of the prevention that you guys done to lower the risk of bad debt, they're not paying any money?
Okay, in terms of the bad debt, actually we before MCO, actually we do purchase this credit insurance since back before the MCO time. So actually, touch wood, until now, we are still non claim on this bad debt. So for us, when we filter our customers, we do have certain criteria that we will look into. We will search from the credit, from the market, and also get the report from the credit these companies to purchase the report from them. So before we set the credit limit and also the credit term for them.
Okay, and how long is your credit term for them normally?
Normally, our credit term will be 60 to 90 days.
90 days.
We are calculating the month end in terms of our market practice.
Next question. What business opportunity does Winstar foresee in the coming financial year as the company deploys its newly raised equity funds? Any exciting projects that you guys are going on, or any new activities?
For our company, we are very focused. We are focusing in, we believe focus is the key of success for us. So we will still continue to focus in terms of our construction line, our organic growth from our existing customers. Then also at the same time, we believe that the future in terms of the solar, actually there are a lot of these exciting news coming out for these solar projects in terms of the CNI projects, and also the government, the ATAP, the ATAP, this policy come out. So we believe that this might be a opportunity in terms of solar. Then also in terms of the overseas customers. So when the new machines coming in, if we still have some room for this capacity, then we might be go into this in terms of the
exports. Yeah, just like you also mentioned that your customers are mainly in Klang.
Actually, our customer coverage area is throughout Malaysia. So East Malaysia and West Malaysia as well.
Yeah, talk about this. How is the market in Sabah and Sarawak? I mean, just wondering, so out of curiosities.
We can see a lot of these projects coming out.
Solar,
everything.
EVs,
construction.
So do you have like a proportions, like how many percent Sabah Sarawak, how many, or the growth percentage?
For Sabah Sarawak, actually now we are not very huge, but we are mainly we will say about 90% will be in West Malaysia, maybe 10% in East Malaysia. So we are also try very hard to actually to penetrate more into Sabah Sarawak as well.
So next question will be, with the rollout of LSS, which is the large scale solar 5 and 5 plus. So what is the estimated contract value available to EPCC players? I think this time you mentioned a little bit, right? And for our audience, EPCC means like engineering, procurement, construction, and also commissioning. And how will Winstar benefit from Malaysia's multi-billions ringgit solar PV?
So in terms of the project size of these 4 gigawatt solar projects, it's talking about 10 to 12 billion ringgit on the EPCC project itself. Then for us, we are doing the solar mounting structures. So in terms of the basic calculation is 5% from the EPCC projects. So the solar mounting structure itself is talking about 500 to 600 million.
Mhm.
So, and also in terms of we do have the team, we can act as the second to get the EPC project for installing, help the EPCC people to do the installation as well.
So, as a closing remarks, what are the one or two key takeaways that you want investor to remember about Winstar?
First, I think maybe we like to the investor to understand more about aluminium first, because the aluminium industry itself is very huge. But in the investor mindset, you can't actually look into it. So you think that it's not it's very small market. So currently, the market size that Winstar is capturing is only 3 to 4%. So which means actually we got the cake is so big and we only just bite for a small one. So the market, so that's why Winstar have a lot of opportunity to grow. So, and also all the top management are holding the shares for Winstar as well. So we are in line with the investors. So for us, we will be very focusing on how to sustain the business growth and also the business, because what we have, we will align together with the investors.
Right. So thank you so much for your sharing, and thank you so much for your time being with us. So sharing with us today is Winstar Capital Berhad Executive Director Mr. Lee Yong Zhi. And thank you so much for your time, and take good care.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.